Predestination. This is actually the second video of this video. I made one last week, but since then, God and I have been on a bit of a journey. Here is the start of last week's video. Predestination! Now this is huge. This is a huge subject and one that I'm still on a journey with, as you're going to see. If you're wondering what predestination is, it's the divine choice of God before creating the world to save some. So I was brought up as a Calvinist. Predestination was taught as standard. So we'd be taught that before the world began, God made a choice to save some. He had the power to save all, but in his divine wisdom and understanding, he chose some. And he did this for his glory, and frankly, it was a privilege to be chosen. And when people say things like, oh, it's really unfair, it isn't unfair because everyone ultimately is doomed anyway because of sin. So saving some is simply an act of grace. So, but then when you come to verses like 1 Timothy 2, 3 and 4 that says, this is good and pleases God our Saviour, who wants all people to be saved and come to a knowledge of the truth, the answer is that while God's desire is there, saving everyone may not be possible because somehow human choice and free will does play into it somehow. Okay? But it stops there. The rest of it is kind of a mystery, and if God has chosen to do it this way and we don't fully understand, then it's fine. I'm absolutely fine with trusting God and waiting to see what the answer is. That'll be absolutely fine with me, no problems. See, I then went on to explain doubts about this that I had been struggling with. The fact is, somehow God has to be in charge, because I thank him daily for where I am and what I'm doing in my life. My experience tells me, and so does the Bible, that God is in charge of what I'm doing and where I'm going. But I also see that I have freedom to choose. My eternal destiny rests on my ability to choose Christ or not. So it has to be my real choice, because I completely trust the justice of God. And it isn't fair for God to punish people who never had a chance of redemption. So it basically boils down to three questions. 1, do you think that God knows the future? 2, do you think that God chooses the future? And number 3, how do you think he does that? Now, if you want to know the three main views, then they are Calvinism, Arminianism, and Molinism. Okay? Have a read around the subject and let me know what you think in the comment section below. I am looking forward to hearing from you. So this is where God has taken me. This is where I'm at. I have no idea how my car works, right? I drive it regularly, but if it breaks down, I have to call someone to come and fix it. In fact, this is the case with most things in life. I have no understanding of how programming works, but I use computers every day. I have no idea how God can be totally sovereign as well as me having freedom to choose. But I do, and he is. Just because I don't understand it doesn't make it any less true. So guys, if this is bugging you, if it's been eating away at you like it has been for me for so long, just remember, it doesn't matter. Regardless of what I think, I am, like you, still going to be with Jesus if I'm living with him as my king. I will have an answer one day, but until then, faith.